Alright, for this one I'm going to be doing a replay for Danger. Danger and Distance we're playing in this one. Get good. What's up, Tuna? I still have to check your view back over. I didn't hone in on all the parts. Do appreciate you doing that, though. So, double commit, and we kind of heard that Distant was up there as well. So, I think it's just knowing where your teammate is and having those comms. I think either one of you could have had this. I think I like Danger's clear better than I like Distance. Good reaction by Danger to flip off of that, but I don't know if I agree with how much boost you used in order to recover. Good save by Super Micro to kind of get that one out of there. Some good small boost pickups. Oh, that's unfortunate. So Danger used a lot of boost there to get a big boost, which is fine, except that there wasn't a big boost available. So I think we can all see that that happened. And he probably would have just done better if he would have just kept pathing over small boosts. Fortunate. Really needed a touch there by Micro. Yeah, I guess you could do that. I don't pay too much attention to it, honestly, when I'm doing the reviews. Okay, so Micro clears it to himself. Okay. You guys all partied? I'm not a huge fan of that kickoff because you just make such low contact on the ball. So you're landing inside of the circle. If this was DFH, which I guess this is technically DFH, but if this was the version where you could see the ground. Oh, I don't have Epic Pen up. I just upgraded Epic Pen, by the way. I didn't know there was an update, and now we have it. Alright, so the circle's like here-ish. Somewhere like that. And you're landing inside of it, which means that your next dodge is probably going to be low on the ball unless you like double jump into it or single jump into it and just hold your height. Which means that ball's probably going to sky and CHD is going to just get a better hit than you. Other part of that is that you got there, I think, just way sooner than him. Yeah, you're a speedier player, but you ended up hitting it into him. So if you're going to be doing speed kickoffs, one of the big things is to put it this way or this way to get it away from the front of his car as much as possible. You just basically have to beat out this nose. If you clip the edge, it's not so bad because it tends to go pretty well for you. Specifically, this edge is really nice because it'll bounce off the sidewall and usually back into the middle, which would be usually a pretty good hit for your cheater. Anyway, just not a huge fan of that kickoff. I think the speed was good, and that was actually a little bit of a surprise. It wasn't so much the contact on the ball as it was just you just beat him that much faster to the ball. Ooh, if he would have gotten one more, Danger put himself in a really good spot. Okay. It's a great touch because you put it around the defender that was on the backboard, which meant that it was going to be a clean backboard touch, meaning that somebody in the middle could be there for a shot. Unfortunately, the team wasn't quite ready for it. Might need to jump that guy. Nice. Let Distant go. Okay. Only problem with popping at center here, and I run into this exact same problem because I'm like, okay, well, we just had an onslaught of an attack. Let's do it again. But your team's not ready. So the problem is Micro just brought the ball center. So what he's going to be looking for is either steal this boost and then rotate close, or steal mid boost and then he's rotating he's farther away. And Distant just made this contact, so he's either going to come back center or he's going to rotate around behind Micro, one or the other. Unlikely that he rotates and stays anywhere available for you in a nice spot. So when this ball kicks out, you're dealing with 1, 2, 3 defenders who are all decently front post, back post covered. So the problem is if you just toss this into the box, you're going to lose possession. So there's a couple small options here. Option number 1 is let's just lose all offensive pressure. And I never make this decision, and I probably should every once in a while. Honestly, just picking up the ball and sending it back to Super Micro in your own zone, it's a great play. The problem is you lose all offensive pressure. So whatever shooting that you were just doing, you lose it. Another option is know that Distance is going to go for this challenge and that you could turn here, but maybe just wait till midfield and wait to see if CHD clears it to you. There's a good chance that he just went through a 50-50, and as he gains up even maybe the boost, he still could screw up the next play very early, especially with you collapsing in on him, and that'll give Super Micro a chance to rotate back on defense. I'm not a huge fan of that one either, mostly because at this level, CHD is going to be pretty good, and Stu might be able to pick up behind him, even if he doesn't do something right. Or if he passes it short, Stu might be able to come in, and then it's just 2v1 on you in this small box right here, and there's a good chance they just win that anyway. So option 3, in my opinion, is meet this ball when you can, and just make the solo play in, or bring it into the ceiling and just buy as much time as possible by gaining height, that when the ball does drop into the box, Super Micro has made his turn and he can react to it. Those are the options in my opinion. Maybe there's some other options out there, but the problem with just passing at center is that you're just not going to have a teammate there. Sometimes it's okay maybe to pass it there and have a teammate be ready for the clear. That's a possibility too. I need to do this. This is what I need to do. He's basically feathering every time his trail goes away. Either that or he just needed a flip for it. Cover some more ground faster. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. I like that little chip up. Distance in a good spot. Oh, unfortunate. Good kill. And bump. Good turn away. Way to let your teammate go for that. Might have been able to two-man clear it, but this worked just fine. And then how do you play this? Yeah, that's a tough decision. You want to get the hit so you can speed it up, but at the same time you got a guy that's collapsing down on you. Maybe go for the bump on the guy and then go for the ball. I don't know that is a good choice either way. Bump on him probably slows you down too much, and then somebody else gets back in time. Nice. Good trace back on defense. Ooh, it was a good boost pickup. Unfortunately, the guy got the touch on it, so... What? Why did you pre-jump that? If you wanted to pre-jump that, I think you should have been on the backboard. There was some weird plays in there where nobody was challenging somebody that was kind of like in between midfield and your goal, and they were able to just kind of bring the ball in. Wow. Unfortunate touch by them. just no boost though. Great hit. Incredible. It's tough because your teammate wants to go for it since you played it off the backboard, but when he misses the shot, it leaves both you out of the play. I think the other thing that could have happened would be Distant plays a little bit closer, in which then they won't get that much space to set up their attack and beat him, potentially needing to run that one into the corner. But the counterattack was really good. Ooh, almost got the corner read. I've seen you hit those corner reads too, so I know they're in your wheelhouse. That's weird. I don't know that I would have wanted you to put that corner, but maybe better than putting it in midfield than losing possession. Unfortunate side flip. Oh, we're going into overtime. I'll watch the first two saves in overtime. I don't want to go into this too much more. I didn't see a ton here. It's tough for me to be super analytical on play that's just so much better than me. Two big boost grabs. It's a little tough. Your team was on that same side. That was a big ball side rotation. Now you're supporting a guy who's playing support. I think that would have been easier to do from the far side. Banger. Interesting. Oh wow. Oh no! It was a great play because Distance set it up and you were right there at that front post, so as soon as the ball was going to cross the post, you were going to put it in. Unfortunately, you got there like a half second too early. Maybe even less than a half a second. And just a lot of these ball side rotations are a little bit tough. Tough for teammates. Alright. Let's skip ahead. That's a big win. Holy. Team needs to have communication. Oh, Super Micro's not in chat. I think an I got it there would have been just as sufficient. Big save by Micro. Awkward. Looked like he had it. Oh. Oh my. Is that your goal? I think that's your goal, right? Yep. That's a clutch play, man. That's nice. Alright, I got a replay from Minty, so we're gonna check out some amateur gameplay. Yeah, she sent it through Discord. Extras, replays. Alright, let's do the 1-4 first. So I'm going to start from a above view, because that just gives me the best sense of like what the team is doing and how rotations are working. But I might jump into some player views to see how players are playing. Okay, so this is interesting. They're doing a little bit more standard fast kickoff, where they send a guy from the corner here, they send a guy back into this corner, so he's got 100 boost, and they send the guy that was in the middle out to 100. So both those guys are going to have 100, and Minty is going to have, what, 36 now? Oh, wait, no, hold on. I did that wrong. 33. 12. She's going to have 45. And Papa Lane's going to have the one pick pad that he picked up in backwards, 45. I don't think this is terrible. I would probably have Minty cut in, maybe straight in and then up, just depending on how this play works out. And then if she's middle, then maybe this is redundant, and therefore Papa Lane can get boost. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. Minty comes in, uses her hit to just kind of bang it. Okay, I don't like that already. So what I talk about a lot is the 1-man, the 2-man, and the 3-man position. So the 1-man's going for the ball, the 2-man's in a place where he could receive a pass, and the 3-man's playing support. And Duno like ran up this side like he was going to make a play on Papa's hit, and Minty was in that 2-man slot. So just stay here. Why do we back away? Duno is supposed to be that support. If they launch it way over everybody's head, then yeah, you bail back, you collect it up, you try and push the ball into the corner before it goes into your net. But that means Duno needs to be out in, like, actually, honestly, he needs to be in this space. And grabbing up this 100 is going to be really good, because if they beat Papa around the outside, which is the most likely place they're going to beat him, then Duno can clean that up. And if Duno cleans it up and puts it center, then Minty, who's that 2-man, is still there, and the 3-man, Papa Lane, can rotate out. People's positions change as the play evolves. But the way that we did it, Minty just backs out prematurely. Papa makes a pass, doesn't work. It rotates the way that Duno should have been, and now Duno's not ready to be there. And honestly, if Minty's watching as Papa Lane's bringing this across and it doesn't work out and it falls back, if she has ball cam on, or if she uses her camera stick, or if she just turns with the ball, she'll see that Duno's there, and she can react to how he gets beat. If he gets beat, then she can chase down using some flips and collecting some small pads, and just make sure that front post is covered, and then somebody else can swing in behind her. That's if it goes wrong. Otherwise, if Duno wins the challenge, then she can just kind of turn back around and be there again for the next play. But we didn't let anybody challenge Spook My Oof as he cleared the ball out after Papa Lane missed the pass center. Big play by Duno, some fakes by Papa. Minty maybe coming in a little bit too hot. She's watching the front post. That's not bad. We gotta play the front post a little bit cleaner though. In my opinion, we gotta take this route instead of this route. This is going to be harder for you to read what the ball's doing, whereas if you come more center, you can see if it's going to bounce away. And if it bounces away, you can turn and react to it. Whereas if you're parallel with it, it's hard to like side dodge or anything in order to get that ball. And he did bounce it out away from there. If it rolls around the inside, then you have an even easier approach. But you can't really see that well from a tighter approach that you had. So right here, we're actually not watching the front post at all. So this is where I'd want you to be, and you're actually way in front of it. And he's just basically putting this behind you. And Finesse is just going to slot in. What I would like from Lane and Duno is Duno potentially to grab this boost and get back post, and Lane to get back and try and support Minty. Hopefully she buys you a little bit of time. An option that you guys could be looking for as well is to hit the shooter. I mean, a swing here is going to take out Finesse. Spook's going to put it across the net, which is dangerous, but Sweeney's way the hell back there. The only person that's threatening to actually take a shot here is Finesse. And there was a chance that we could have just... and Papa was honestly in the way for the shot, which isn't bad. But just taking him out of the play would have been really good. Demo or bump the shooter. Oh, do I have it on 50%? Interesting. So that's a little bit more traditional. Minty cheated up. Papa Lane with the corner boost. One thing I will note though, Lane, and this will come with time. You guys aren't probably quite there yet, but after you pick up the boost here, if you see the ball gain height, what is the best way that you can gain height without using boost? Okay? It's to use the wall. You can just drive up this thing, and the ball will go up this thing, and even if it pops off the wall a little bit, you can still react to it and jump off the wall and hit it. Now that's a tougher shot. Takes a little bit of practice to get used to. They've got a lot of free play and different things that you can practice where the ball will do that rolling motion, and then you can meet it on the wall, and then just practice wall hits. Poquito. I think it's Poquito like that. That's a Q. He's got a bunch of training packs, and one of them is his wall training pack. I really recommend that one. But instead, you use basically all 100 just to reach the ball up here, whereas you could have probably used 30 or so, or maybe up to 40 on the wall just to gain the same amount of height. And you would have beaten Finesse there a lot faster and conserve some boost. It's a tough one when the ball's right over your head to try and react. Reading Papa Lane's pass is going to be tough there. It was a good double jump, just he put it even higher. Team watching front post a little bit too aggressively. Needed to be back post because Duno already had front post. I don't know why he's jumping for that. Just wait for the ball to come down to you. Pass center. Nice. Way to be there for it. Good clear. Nice. Excellent. Good touch again. So this is where I'd want someone to be center for you and somebody to be support. So Papa's not too far off. I would probably have him about here. But Duno, we definitely need to start covering this wall clear a little bit better. What's really nice is if you post out wide and Sweeney bounces it into the wall, then you get to take a free shot, basically. But if you're here, then if it hits off the wall, you're going to be turning left away from the net, which means that you're going to be hitting it back into the wall to get it towards the net. So just posting out wider is even better in this position because it's most likely going to roll around the wall, or if it bounces away from the wall, you can be immediately taking a shot, or you can even dish it center and Lane can be there for the pass. So that is a huge option as well. Holy, what's up, Timbo and friends? So we are watching the amateur group of RSC play right now. I didn't pay attention to how this ball cleared out. Okay, so it does just go past Duno. So this is kind of relates back to that posting up on the wall. Just having a good position means that you'll just be better prepared for when the ball does get past your teammates. That's a very standard kickoff. Nice, good challenge. Let's see what Lane does here. Kind of puts it off your face. I'd just let this one go. There's no real reason to play it in the corner, and getting a 50 is probably one of the worst things that you could have happen. He's not really threatening from this position, it's a tight angle to get that on target, and Duno's kind of watching that front post. So if Finesse was able to shoot that, then that's going to be on Duno to save, not so much you. And what that'll allow you to do is just get the boost and maybe rotate upfield, or get the boost and turn behind, and maybe it'll pinch across and you can support Duno. But going for a 50-50 right here is a little bit tough if they're coming this direction. Now, if they're coming this direction, it's a little bit better because there's a chance that it squeaks out to the left and it bounces off the wall and it goes out, or it squeaks to the right and it goes out. The chances of it going over you in a 50-50 are possible, but more than likely from this position you'd win it if you're coming at it from this direction, but you were coming at it from the back side of the field, so don't recommend. There we go. Come on, hit play. You know, it's unfortunate you don't have a better turn in your wheelhouse yet, Tina. You're just backing up in a net, which means that you don't have a very good view of what's going on with the ball. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of Duno's front post, but he did get there. Pop Lane's going to hit it away, but you're chasing. Okay. We're just kind of running on top of each other. Papa's just following Tina along the wall. She had a clear that wasn't half bad. I think we need to hold a position more than just chase the ball. Another really good clear. What you might do, Tina, is you might start posting up midfield and looking to clear into the box. Oh, that's a great pass by Duno. Oh no, you got there late. Damn. That is a good pass by Duno. Let's keep working on those. I think those will pay off a lot in the future. Good controlling touch, and good clear. And let's break out of our defensive zone. Tina, we're going to start using some front flips to get out of our zone, okay? This is not what we want to be doing. This is just chugging up the field slowly. That's a good front flip to get back. So right here, you just need to gain ground quickly. Unless your teammates are going to push on the ball, which they're not really doing a ton of that. Duno's behind you. Lane's going to push the right side of the field, so you just need to hold the center side of the field. And I think flipping to get there a little bit sooner is going to be okay. Worst case, you just turn around and let Duno pick up the slack, and you can support Duno. I don't like this play, though. So if we are going to be playing the 1-man, 2-man, 3-man style, then you need to not come from the center of the field to the outside. One thing that I use is my right camera stick, and I will check basically this direction. So my camera's like looking in this area to see where Duno might be. In this case, you collapse in on him. Appreciate you representing. So you jumping into that sidewall is probably not the best play. It's a decent bump on Spook. Slowed him down a little bit. Papa interrupting and getting a boost. Okay, prospect clear, not bad. Prospect clear is any clear that comes off your own backboard. It was back in the day when we were all prospects in Rocket League. They don't even have a prospect rank anymore. I think they called... What was it? It was something Prospect Challenger, which went up to Challenger Elite, Rising Star to something else. All Star, I think, was the top. And then Champion. Ooh, Papa. Tina comes in and just smacks it. Good read by Duno. Ooh, doesn't get the hit though. Almost got the 50. Papa's in a decent spot. This server looks like it's a little wonky. Uh-oh. Tina kind of rotating in front of Duno on the back posts. Worked out okay. He kind of parked and just waited to see what would happen and reacted to it. That's okay. It goes into the corner. It's not the end of the world. Your responsibility, though, probably is to get boosts as you rotate back post. So right now, I don't think you probably have as much boost, and now you have to park your car because you got here too soon, which is another thing that like having ball cam on is going to help with a lot, in my opinion. So let's just kind of look at this from your perspective for a second and see how this would be different if you had ball cam on. Let's see here, where were we? All right, so we didn't know where the ball was, so we had to swing hard in order to see where the ball was. It's a little bit nauseating because just like the field spins so hard. Okay. So you weren't terrible boost, but the problem is you don't know what's going on with the play right now. Look at what we're looking at. We're looking at nothing. Whereas you could be looking like this, which gives you so much more information. So now you know Swaney's trying to put it center. Duno's in a good spot, but he's more or less back post right now, which means that if you were to support him, one of your best options is to go backboard, which I don't think you guys necessarily have the skill set there yet, but that is typically where I would tell people to go. So you just want to pull in behind Duno, but you pull in really hard and you have to brake check really hard. And brake checking in this game isn't great because we lose a lot of momentum as a result. So we want to keep momentum as much as possible, which means that we don't have to spend as much boost. So just this view tells such a better picture and it gives you so much more information. So definitely recommend just tapping it even every once in a while, just so you get a glimpse of what's going on with the rest of the world. It's harder to hit the ball, but it's better to maneuver around the field. Ball cam is really good for knowing what is going on with the play. Car cam is so much better for dribbling, so much better for making contact on the ball, and in my opinion, air dribbling as well, and taking shots. Those are the big places where I definitely still use it very heavily. Some really good pressure in front of their zone. I really liked how you guys attacked that at the end there. Let's skim through a little bit of this replay, and then I'll jump into somebody else's. Can you request a review? Yeah. Sorry, I missed that part. So let's see if anything really different in this game. I think this is game 1 versus game 3. So game 3 was already like well on the way, and you guys ended up losing. Game 1, let's see how things turned out. I think the biggest thing I noticed at this rank is that teammates slow each other down just so much more, instead of enabling and helping keep other teammates faster. You almost have to like wait to see if your teammate even gets the touch before moving forward. Nice. And a big demo by Tina. Can she stay upfield? Pre-3 flares versus waste basket game 2. Sure. Wow. Just sending the whole house there. I'd say probably this comes with flipping at the ball again. We've talked about this one before. You just wanted to aerial into it. So the ball pops up actually even higher here. And your flip, so what happens on a flip is if you are going up on a trajectory and you flip at this point, your car will not go higher than this point. Your car will stay at this point. The only reason your car will ever climb again is due to boost. But a flip cancels out any of this momentum that you gained here. It sends it this direction instead, which is really weird mechanic. It's not normal physics, but it's Rocket League physics. So we have to account for the video game physics. So if you're traveling up and if you're just traveling up like this high and you flip, well, guess what? Your trajectory is going to keep you low, so you're never hitting this ball. Whereas if you just jump once and start boosting at the ball, you're going to have a lot better result. I don't like this play, Duno. So what I try and stay away from is, let's not support a player that's in support. Okay? So as soon as this happens, this is, I think, the defining moment for me. So Finesse, for some reason, and I don't know why, doesn't push this ball. If he pushes this ball, you falling back is the right play, because you're supporting Papa Lane. The problem is, he pushes back, so now Papa Lane's uncontested on this ball, which means he gets to move forward. And this is great, except that Tina doesn't have boost. She just went for the kickoff, so we know she's at 0 boost. So her best path is probably to go get this boost, and that's looks like where she's heading. And so she gets this boost. She's in this really convenient third-man spot, and Papa Lane's in this really convenient one-man spot, which means that you are in this four-man spot. You're playing support to the support. Because the three-man's supposed to be playing support. So instead, as soon as we see Papa streaking off and nobody on the orange team challenging this, we stay upfield instead and don't use boost. Rotating maybe even this way so that we can collect up this center lane of boost, collect up some small pads, and then guess what? Now you and Papa are a two-man attack with Minty as your third in a really nice position to be support. But right now, you are 1, 2, 3, and it's almost a straight line. We want to see triangles. So 1-man, 3-man, 2-man. And 2-man can then shoot. 3-man can support if needed on either side. This is amateur, yeah. Ooh, ball side rotation. If the ball's out wide on your return back to net, then you should be center. If the ball's center, you should try and be just slightly wider than center. Probably around the dotted lines. Oh, I'm still on Duno. Whoops. Good 50 win. Oh, unfortunate. Another one where you kind of just single or double jumped at it, but you didn't actually boost to hold your aerial. I think that'd be helpful. Ooh, Duno committing to one. Pretty good defensive rotation. If he shot that, I think he was hitting your car, which is good. Nice. So that time you posted up on that near post much harder, which meant that you had a much easier job of reading that ball. You did cut off Papa a little bit, but we did a good job of moving out, and there was no real double commit, so that's good. I like Duno's lane right there a lot. Now, this is slightly problematic because Minty thought that she was a 3-man and that you were the 2-man, so you cutting to the wall is problematic. You're missing your hand. See your face.
That's fine. That's fine.
Go show mommy, please. Ooh, that's unfortunate. The ball like rolled in front of the net, hit the post, and rolled back across basically on the line, and we just didn't have anybody collapse the net. And that's going to happen from time to time. It's not the end of the world, but it would be nice if we had somebody that's like ready to go on that. Again, we have like Minty, who can't decide whether or not she's playing support or equal with Duno. Ends up playing support, but Papa doesn't know that, so he's playing support. So we have a support playing support to a support, and it's not great. So, what a banger. Who gets that goal? This is Duno's clear. Yep. Wow. Just crushed that. Alright, I'm going to call it there. I would say the big things that I noticed and could note was Duno's positioning, and this applies to everyone. When your third man it needs to be a little bit tighter to the wall, so that if the ball rolls across the wall, you have an easier job of getting up to it. Couple things for improvement: pop a lane, going for an aerial when driving up the wall probably would have been easier. That's tough though, so if you're not comfortable with it, then jumping and flying for the ball it's perfectly fine. Support of the support, so if you've got one person down here, second person's here, change their role into the third man role, use some comms, let them know I'm going center, and that changes you into the 2-man role and makes it so that you're not playing this weird 4-man role where you're supporting the support. And it's not even a 4-man role. It's 1, 2, and it's 3. Whoa, 3. Drawing with a mouse is difficult, by the way, and you guys are like in a straight line. It's not great. Whereas we want to play triangles as much as possible. Try and leave somebody that can be threatening and near the box at just about any given time. I didn't see too much clumping in the corners. That was great. That's something that tends to happen a lot at this rank. And then, obviously, Tina working on some camera checks and knowing where players are on your team is going to be really good, so you don't have to break check when they're in net. And also, potentially, just get to stay upfield because you already have 2 people back, and you don't need to rotate back right away until one person fails. So then, if somebody's pushing the ball up this way, and they get stuffed, well, then they kind of keep moving forward naturally because of their momentum and their direction of their cars facing. People don't reverse too often. That changes them to the 3-man position. The man that was in net now becomes the 1-man position, and you that was leaking out midfield hoping for a play to develop now just rotates back post and you become that 2-man. So the defensive rotation still is a 1-2-3 and it's slightly different than the offensive rotation, but we're looking for mostly a front post, a back post, and somebody doing something either to end up becoming that next support by getting boost or getting a bump or something like that. And speaking of getting bumps in that spot, I definitely had an opportunity where we could have done that and would have stopped the goal in the previous game. Trying drawing with a trackpad. Oof. Yeah, you should probably get a mouse for that, Mac. I hear Macs do work with mice. Alright, Flares replay. Waste baskets. Game 2. I did this. I did this game. Tiger. Literally this morning I did this game. I'm telling you. For sure. 100%. No, I did game 1 because Slime was in it. It was Rob, Veg, and Slime. Yep. Because Azumi was in the game. Alright, I'll do this one. Fine. Fine. You're right. I'm wrong. And I will live with that. I need a little bit... Oh, is it coming? I was asking for Rob Veg, and it happened to be Rob Veg Slime, huh? Positioning so far has been pretty good. I don't like that touch. We were looking for a nose, not a flip into. This is awkward again. Just be a little bit wider. These tight rotations on defense aren't helping really anybody. I love you. What's up, Alpine? Damn. Okay. It's Darf. Oh, what up, Darf? How's it going, man? We're just doing replay reviews over here, buddy. I like this choice. Veg is securely in net. Use that time to get boost. Flipping upfield to stay with the play. Not using boost. We're sitting at 92. I agree with most of the things that just happened there. Let Veg and Rob make their plays, and you collapse in with a lot of boost when you need to. Didn't need to because he scored, but I like that. We can work with that. Okay, beat 1, beat 2, excellent. So now you just have the last one to beat, and you've got a decent setup. You need to get that one a little bit more center. My team or of Randy's? This is of the challenger team for Fallout Shelter. So this is Vegetus, Slime Rancher, Rob Wob Wob, and Tiger. Oh, that's a weak touch. That's a little scary. Good little team play, though. Steal their corner boost. I like stealing their corner boost. Rob's got to be maybe a little more center there, but that worked out okay. Oh, good try. This is looking laggy or something. Somebody want to tell Psyonix to take all that new Epic money and go invest in some servers. Now that Fortnite is ramping down, maybe we could just take over their servers. Although, weren't their servers not that great either? I guess they held 100 people on them, though. So if they had servers that could hold 100 people, we only need to hold, like, 10, right? Is it 12? It's like 10. But either way, 6 is going to be probably fine for most of the time. It'd be nice if they actually beefed up some servers for private matches, because you can't spectate a public match. So ranked and casual can only be 6 people ever. So you don't actually need to beef up the server quite as much, but the server could handle a lot better games in private. Just a thought. I think they also need to bump it up so you can hold even more than that, especially at their own lands. Like, they have problems with replays because they only have 3 people who can be in the game spectating. Just imagine if you could flip between camera angles. If like 2 or 3 cameras were in the game and you could jump to a different person that was controlling a camera. Like, you'd have one that was always on auto, one that was on director, and one that was like somebody manually controlling it. It'd be so much better. And then you could have your casters. Honestly, I don't even know if you would need to have your casters in it, but for a lot of these local tournaments, you have to have the casters in. By the way, some really good plays I'm seeing so far. Not a lot to talk about here. Mostly just supporting each other, pretty good rotations. So this flip, by the way, this is the problem. Okay, and who talks about it? Sunless Khan talks about it in one of his 3 things of making you a better wall player, or something along those lines. I don't remember how it goes, but you turn up the wall, and I need you to turn down the wall. There's 2 reasons for this. 1 is gravity, and 2 is your car drives. I don't know. Maybe it's just one reason, gravity. But yeah, your car just drives better and faster if you're driving down the wall, not up it. You slow down a lot more if you're sliding up it. And I don't think that e-brake turns work very well on the walls, in my opinion. So even if you did try and e-brake it, it would just take you too long. So I think you would actually get to this boost faster if you turned down the field, but you didn't. Another alternative is to literally just jump off the wall when you're in this situation, wave dash on the ground, and then you can get it, or just land on the ground and get it, whatever. But you can jump, and then while you're in midair, you can be twisting your car around so that you can orient yourself as you need to. It's a little bit weird to me that you were like in that two-man spot and you bailed all the way back to your own corner boost to let your team be a part of that play. That's a long way to get out of the way for them to become a part of it, but I guess it worked. So I think you staying a little bit closer would have been better. Awkward mistouch there, no touch there. Now you're at midfield. Rob clears into the center of the field. That's unfortunate. Just don't flip off the wall. Yeah, just single jump off the wall. Almost always single jump off the wall. I wish I could break that bad habit a lot faster. I still flip off the wall a lot. Good aerial by Veg. And beats him to it. Ooh, maybe both of you trying to be too aggressive there. I liked you moving up, I think, better than I liked Rob moving up, but I think some of it just comes down to comms. I'm with you, Veg, is all you need to say. And then Rob will stay back as a result. Sometimes you're both going to push forward. That'll happen too, I guess. Trying to drive up the walls against gravity. Yeah, yep. And I could probably find that Sunless Con video pretty quickly. Know what it looks like. It's in my list of videos. I can't find it. I have to have this saved somewhere. I think it's in my Google Drive. I need to get this added to the wiki that I started as well. Why am I not finding this? I'm upset. Alright, does anybody have a replay they want me to check out? Co-review? We could have done a co-review. Tina said that. Here we go. 3 situations you need to master in Rocket League. I found it, team. Took me an hour. So take a quick look at that. I think you can probably skip through a lot of it. It's probably mostly stuff that you know, but I found it useful. It's good to have that little reminder. Alright, well, if nobody else has a replay, I might just call this one short. I've definitely scratched that itch, but I'm here for you guys. Let me know what you need. I don't know that I've reviewed a major one in a while. Reviewed one elite, or minor rather, excuse me. Tuna just did the elite one. Pretty good. I'm gonna watch a Nukes game. We're gonna watch a Nukes game. It's weird. It's literally the same link. This works, but the other one doesn't. All right, whatever. Let's do. Let's do game one. Definitely want to see what I think is probably our strongest lineup in. See if I can make any recommendations, and then we'll go from there, and we can get everyone involved more midway through the season. But for the beginning of the season, I think it's going to be good for us to have good comms and good understanding of the rest of our team and where they like to play. And so I hope I can do that here. Good patience by Destin. Wow. Okay. Twist really committing to the fact that Destin was going to make that play happen, and then Twist getting a bump on the goalie so Kompke gets a shot. That's huge, guys. That's some good team play right there already. That's a tough kickoff. It's an incredible save. We're basically in this spot because we had a rough kickoff. Another big clear. And it was called the save, according to Rocket League. Unfortunate. Kind of just clearing it to Kip as a result, but we did have comp downfield, so maybe we could link up on that. Twist had a banger of a clear, so just something to be heads up. Okay, dropping a center. Destin's there first. Beats Kip by a decent amount. I like the spacing. Destin left. Committed to it when he knew he had it. It was a little bit dangerous because he was the 3-man, but he did a really good job of beating the other team to the ball. Oh, the fake. Twist makes sure he doesn't get faked. Goes hard for a 50. That's unfortunate. It's going very far back towards our side, and then that pass doesn't go to anybody as a result because Comp needed to bail back because of Destin's hit. Oh, Twist is there. I don't mind the knock-on. The only problem is that you put it to the corner, and therefore Twist or Destin didn't really have any choices. If you could have put it maybe into the sidewall, even though it would have potentially slowed him down, he might have been able to take it from the sidewall back into the center of the field. That was terrifying. Kip not ready for that pass, and that's the only reason they didn't get a goal. They had Comp fucking diving all over the place, trying to figure out where that shot was going to be going. Okay. Oof. I think Comp had another touch. Doesn't get there very quickly, though. Holy shit. Good rotation at midfield by Twist. Comp putting that one maybe a little bit too... I think this one was one that you hit to the Twist. This is really weird. I can't believe you're using a blue car like this. So where the defense is right now, I guess it's hard to tell because we don't have one of them in the play. Like Kip is flipping back to net. All right, I can respect the shot. So here's the reasons to take a shot. Reason number one is there's only one person in net. Daston's coming across. There's a chance he bumps him, and then Upper wouldn't be in the play at all. I think it's a good play now that I'm looking at it a second time. Here's what I've seen, though. I've seen, from my perspective, Kip flipping back towards net, and Comp could have laid this out in front of Twist, and then Twist just has such a better angle squared up with the net than Comp does from this angle. Another option might be difficult. I think Upper would block it too easily, but if you put it like here off the post and then met it, that'd be a good double touch, but I think Upper would have too easy of a read on that. Those are my only two thoughts on that. Good. I do like the pass center, and Twist is open and has a lot of time since Kip rotated back. So just keep that in the wheelhouse. Keep thinking about that, and maybe we can utilize it on another play. Not bad. The old double commit there, and they're going opposite directions, which is good. Either one of them ready for the shot. Close, close, close. Comp kind of bailing out Twist a little bit. I think Twist could have gotten back on defense, but it just stayed a lot more aggressive because of Comp's play. Ooh, I don't like this rotation. I'm not a fan of that at all. So Destin has a really good play on this ball. He slows down for the corner touch. You've boost starved the opponent, so they're going into Destin with not a great play here. I think that this calls for a back post rotation. Instead, you take the ball away from your teammate and bring it across in front of the net. Just not a big fan of that part of it. The cross in front of your net and the fact that, I mean, you just boost starved them. There's no, I think, real reason you need to push heavily into this and keep it going the opposite direction. Kip almost punished you for it. Good win. Wow. Unfortunate that Destin couldn't hit that near post. Brody wasn't near post. Good tackle. Just the amount of speed that Comp has in his tackles is really incredible. Another win off the backboard. Twist just sitting on a boost. Okay. Interesting. It's a tactic. Destin kind of out of this play. Ooh. Probably should have held net there or been on the backboard coming from the right to the left. Not switching it up. And just the distance between you and the ball wasn't great there. We were kind of in the offensive half. They did bring the ball to him eventually, huh? I think Comp scored that one. Yeah, Comp doing a really good job in this game. Playing very speedy, bailing out some teammates in some weird positions. Misses that aerial though. That's terrifying. Just a little bit of a breakdown after a whiff and not knowing where to be to recover. So it's just, I think, knowing where the opponent is going to be attacking from is the next big thing. And cutting down those angles. Nice. Oh no! Oh, we want to get rewarded with that. That sucks. That was a good play. Nice, another long clear. This is just straight in. Own goal. Twist late to a kickoff. Interesting. I don't know that it's my top choice to hit the ball in front of a guy's nose as he's coming across you, but it worked in that case. Dustin over to Comp. Brody's there first. Comp playing it pretty smart. Probably could have played that a little bit better on the wall, but does control it back down, and that ends the game. Nicely done, guys. I'd say the biggest thing that I saw here was a couple needless hits from the inside to the wall that came back center when a teammate wasn't there. A couple bailbacks that someone like rotated all the way back to back boost, and then it was just like kind of just sitting here, and then the blue team had a long way that they could go without being contested. The Comp play where he brought it across the net I thought was a little bit weird. But in general, I mean, just some really good plays, some good passing. Didn't see a lot of double commits. It was really impressive. Good job, guys. Alright, and I think that'll do it for that. Alright, I think I'm going to call it there. Have a good night.